who are psychically trained or developed, they can see the human aura, or they can see into the psychic realm from their conscious state. Most people, however, can't. Various implements over the years have come out, including aura goggles that can supposedly help people see the aura with the naked eye. Ghost hunting equipment is also available to try to detect spirit energies. The question is it possible for technology to be developed that would allow someone to see into the astral layer? In other words, to see auras, to see ghost entities, or to see the energy they emit. To see this energy like a handheld video camera, but one that could convert, so to speak, paranormal energies into light in the visible spectrum that could be seen by the naked eye. Is this possible?
We do indeed see audio equipment capable of picking up voices from astral realms, much like a radio turning into a broadcast signal. We see the capacity with the video scopes capable of also picking up energy in alternative dimensions, very similar to the methodology of how audio equipment picks up ethereal voices, for after all, they are all frequency, but rather at different speeds, direction.
Okay, thank you. So the objective would be to have, if you picture a handheld, like a handy cam, a small camera, video camera that one would hold in their hand, and instead it would see not only the physical area in front of the camera, but if there were, for example, a spirit entity directly in front of them, because as we know, as the readings have indicated, the astral layer is called that sometimes because it is a layer overlaid by our physical reality. The two intermingle, they share the same space. So if the camera picked up the physical room or area that was in front of the camera, the objective would be to see a ghost person, to see some kind of a spiritual entity, or if it was aimed at a person, a living person, then one would be able to see their aura. So you're saying this is possible, yes?
Affirmative. Direction.
Okay. How do we put this? A spirit camera, if we would coin a term for that, or a paranormal energy camera. How could one build that? Are the materials available to build that right now as we are speaking?
Affirmative. One would utilize thermal sensors, and one would utilize a visual scope that could attune to various different light frequencies, reaching up into gamma, much like an X-ray machine, a film combing through the visual colored scenario through which you see in this dimension would be much like a television tuning in with antenna direction.
Yes, to pick up the, as you mentioned, the frequency of the astral realms. You said the gamma range. If we would enlist, the next question would be, could this be a project undertaken by Joan, Veronica, Kevin, Tom, and perhaps we could enlist an engineer, somebody who could volunteer if we would crowdsource, so to speak, an engineer from the public, that if we would pool our efforts, could this result in a successful item that could be offered to the public?
Quite the affirmative. It will cause quite an uproar as far as skeptics, naysayers, and the believers. Seeing is believing, and others still will not believe, which is their choice, direction.
How would we best get started with this kind of project? Just trying to consider what materials we would need as well.
Finding an X-ray engineer, and one who is also familiar with the radio band through which 3 people are taking to the lower Radio Shack band, the individuals who build their own radios in order to communicate, an individual who understands both the visual and auditory scenarios of acoustics, will understand how to combine them in order to create a multi-dimensional visual tool, direction.
For starters, would the equipment used be a normal camera, handy cam, that we would modify, or would we do something like get something else entirely, like an X-ray of some sort?
Affirmative. This will be a combination of an X-ray and a thermal scope combined, direction.
Thank you.